Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're going to use price action rules to help us navigate the market accurately. We're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures. The time frame is 2000 tick chart, which is very similar to 1 minute chart. And based on price action today, I can see that straight from the very beginning of the session, we started with a bullish trend working higher. There is no other structure right away into a bullish structure. So I can see that we have a nice bullish trend on our hands. So I have to draw some few short-term channels. They all played out with the break push to new extreme. Market is correcting and we are still finding support at the 21 bar exponential moving average. This is the highest high, first attempt to go long, pull back, second attempt to go long. So this right here is a second entry long. It triggered technically above this bearish doji bar, so you can really go long here. You would have to consider pull bar entry, but problem is our uptrend just played out and it's a little bit too early to be taking a second entry long without a confirmed pattern. So we're just going to be a little bit more patient and see what the structure does. And I can see that the EMA keeps holding and we're generating quite a significant push phase. So already I'm asking myself first question, why market keeps going higher after the initial short-term channels played out? There has to be explanation, and the explanation is there is some bigger pattern present. So I can see that it looks like a spike out. So I was looking for some secondary channel, spike in a channel pattern, something like this. I was playing around with it, but I like this structure better because it has price action in the middle, no empty room. So let's see what's going to happen. Something like this. You don't have to be perfect, you have to be close. Okay, market is correcting. We're pushing higher, which is now really telling you, okay, EMA keeps holding. We're not full at the EMA, and market corrected to the EMA, to our potential trend line, but mainly to the EMA. And there is some small support being tested. Now this is only new high first entry long. So this is first entry long only, but you can view it some form of a multiple test. You tested this price level right here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we're gonna call this multiple test. Not a bad setup, decent setup. You have to be a little bit more advanced, but it is a decent setup to consider, so more advanced trader can consider. And market keeps working hard. So at this point our trend is confirmed. You can see how structured it looks. So only thinking based on price action rules about long opportunities. Okay, we're gonna make the most money if we're gonna be buying with the direction of the main trend. Counter trend entries are not worth it, no matter how tempting they are. Okay, you can have some great bar selling against the trend, you're going to get trapped. You're focusing on buying only. That's how you're going to make the most money following the rules. The whole time I keep resetting the count. New high first entry, new high first entry. We're correcting to the EMA and we have micro double top, which resets the count. So it means I have to start counting over the second top here. One top, first entry long, double top can reset. So first entry long. Now sometimes you can view it as a visual second entry, one leg here, second entry when the context is good. But problem is here, there's no point in viewing it as a visual second entry when you have to go long about such a horrible doji inside bar. And you can't really go long here all the way to the top when the scalp is made. So let's just treat it as a first entry long. You know, maybe if you have some textbook signal bar, you can view it as a visual to like a pullback. But when the signal bar is this weak, you know, there's no point in treating this as a visual entry where you can't still enter anyway. The market keeps working hard, but you can see it looks like a two-legged pullback at the key entry point. It keeps working higher, I keep resetting the count. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, the structure is still bullish. Nothing to overcomplicate here. Market is correct. I'm going to redraw the short-term downtrend working lower. I have a new high, no break here, no break above. First break above this bar indicating first entry long. Failed. Second entry long. Can I take the second entry long? Not really, because the short-term downtrend is still in play. You can't really draw it super tight like this for one bar. That's not how we draw it. You're going to get trapped many times. It looks like a one push down, so I can't really take second entry long because the downtrend is in play. It looks like a one push down, so I would need some hollow confirmation setup above the EMA. You have a hollow here if there's going to be a break above this bar, but it's a doji below EMA. So I cannot take doji below EMA, so I gotta be careful. Market is correct, and now we have some mini, let's say second entry long. Also, the downtrend played out one leg down, break, second leg down. One leg down, second leg down. This is a decent setup. Not the best one because you are below EMA. You're breaking the channel, so you need to get new extreme. And you already know if you've been watching my videos, the resumption is the fact that you push above EMA. That's the sign that the bulls are resuming, testing the new extreme. because we're below EMA. There can be a few additional pushes lower. Now the risk is small, so you can consider, you have some potential support here. So we're gonna mark it. I actually risked this setup. I was really going back and forth if I want to wait for high low or not. I decided last minute taking this, and it ended up being a losing trade. But you can see it's below EMA, so that's the problem. You need the push above EMA and a high low confirmation set. But at the same time, you know, this is 2 legs down. Trading is about taking a risk, so why not taking a chance here? The risk is small, especially if you can use some limit order. So decent entry enough. Not the best one, but decent enough. The best entry would be high low above EMA, confirming the second entry long. And now the market is correcting, so now I definitely need to wait for push above EMA. I cannot take high low below EMA. No trigger for the failed second entry short. And even honestly, had there been trigger, you kind of prefer for the failed second entry short to be above EMA. It formed mainly below, but still there was no trigger. You can see it stalled, and now we have inside bar, so you have to cancel the order. You have to cancel the order, so now we're waiting. Okay, market is still correcting, and we're trading lower, so now, okay, I'm really questioning, are we going to get the new high soon? It looks like there's some broader channel in play, so I'm going to respect this broader channel now. I don't like drawing bigger channels against the main trend, but I can argue with the market and with the fact that you can see how many lower highs and lower lows there are. Even though broader channels against the main trend are 8 or 9 times out of 10 invalid, now it has so many confirmations, I simply have to respect this. And this structure today looks very similar to what we had June 6. Okay, we had also very strong uptrend and then downtrend working lower like this. It ended up almost playing exactly the same way. These structures are hard because you expect the new high, so you don't really want to sell prematurely, but at the same time, you can't go long because the downtrend is in place, so a lot of waiting here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, with new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. You have a second entry short. We have a second entry short here. We have some overshoot, but after overshoot, you can see we created additional push down, so like a micro double bottom. And these two legs are super broad. That's not how overshoot, you know, generally plays out. Overshoot should have some steeper push. These legs are so broad, which means you cannot draw a channel like this. This is simply ridiculous. This is too broad. There's no channel like this. So more advanced trader can consider selling here. You know, you have the bounce off the key entry point. Maybe second entry short. You know, you can consider, not the best setup once again, but if you're more advanced trader, you can consider. Market is pushing lower. Okay. So the downtrend is still in play. First entry short only, can reset, first entry short only, can reset. I'm going to redraw the uptrend working higher. I cannot sell because the uptrend is still in play. Here at least you have aspect of 2 legs. Okay, we're breaking below EMA, so I would need some lower high at minimum below EMA or failed second entry long to test the new extreme. No lower high, no failed second entry long, no nothing, and downtrend played out. Okay, downtrend played out, so I'm going to pause looking to go short. And at this point, I was really expecting for prices to test the new high because this was the main initial pattern, the prevailing pattern the whole time. And downtrend played out now. Clear break, push to the extreme. So now I was just looking for a failed second entry short above EMA or some confirmed trend and taking second entry long. The same stuff because I don't want to go long below EMA. So I need either failed second entry short or confirm uptrend and then taking a second entry long at the EMA. Okay. I don't think single high low above EMA would be enough. Remember, high low should confirm something. This downtrend got too strong for me to take ordinary high low. So I'm just going to be patient now. Can I get the push above EMA? No, and market keeps trending lower even after new extreme. Okay. So bulls are really weak in this market at this point. Okay, we're back above, back below. This was super boring, super confusing because bulls are really struggling to push higher. We have single high low here, but once again, so many low highs and lows, I simply cannot go long here. Nothing, it's confirmed. Failed second entry short now, but it's an inside bar doji below EMA, so I have to remain patient here. Okay, once again, high low, but I need something better. You can view it as a second entry long, but not ideal, even though it worked. Really sideways, no edge can be found. Okay, it's too late anyway, but we're just gonna go through this in case we get some nice second entry long now because I like seeing price action breaking these previous highs. That's a good sign that the bulls are back in the market, but now it's simply way too late. So this is the overall structure for today. Today was contract rollover day. So in case you're wondering, your bars are a little bit different. you have to roll over the contract. Also, this explains why today was so slow and not that many trades, because this can happen during rollover days. The market is super slow because the volume is distributed amongst two contracts. So I am trading the new contract already. So if you're trading the old one, you can roll over tomorrow. I always generally just watch the volume and I keep trading the one contract where there is more volume. But today I just switched, I rolled over. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's very similar anyway. But yeah, not that many great trades. Very slow market, very choppy, especially here after breaking new extreme. I was really expecting price action to go higher, but it was simply too choppy. So if you didn't get any trades today, no problem. I see mainly more advanced aggressive trades, no super textbook easy setups. But once again, this is something that we just have to bite the bullet during rollover days. These days are slow and choppy. So hopefully in the next few days, market can kick in back. We can get more volume, a little bit volatile price action. So on a day like this, it is important to remain disciplined, remain patient. You really have to find some activity that you do while you're waiting for setup, because it really felt like watching paint dry today. So just make sure you have some light distraction, something very light. Don't stare at the screen the whole time, because you will develop a habit of manufacturing reasons for setups to work. That's not how you want to trade. You want to lay back, be open-minded, and trades come to you. Okay, you want trades come to you. So once the market is this low, just find some light distraction, very light, to kind of ease your mind so you're not trying to really force the trade. But there really weren't that many trades today. So if you remain patient, if you remain disciplined today, you actually are building good foundation to be a good professional trader. So I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.